Okay, so I'd decide to mix it up a little bit. I said I thought I'd decide. Oh my god, I thought I would mix it up a little bit. I decided that. There we go. That sounds better, even though it's weird to phrase it like that. But we're going to be reacting to a video with somebody already reacting to a video. But the reason why I want to do this is because I completely respect Flight. I don't respect his opinion, because I don't respect some of his opinions because a lot of times he's wrong, but I do respect his hustle. I think that he's a phenomenal YouTuber, great YouTuber, very entertaining. And this will be the first time I ever put the link of the video that I'm using in the description, so that way people can, go check that out. But this is the top 50 all-time players. Somebody's ranking their top 50, and I'm just gonna get my thoughts on it because I watched maybe the first 20 of them, I believe. Hold on, about the first 20 of them, and I had some thoughts. I had some thoughts. Flight has some thoughts as well. We're gonna tune into that as well. But I had some thoughts. Let's get to it.
All right, let me slow things down a little bit. So today we're going to be covering my top 50 all-time list as of late March 2020. I understand that there will be a lot of comments about very minute details.
This is updated like recently, like as of March of 2020 this year.
Now, if I'm judging the top anything, I'm talking top 100 NFL players, top 50 basketball players, top 200 baseball players. If we are putting that, or if we God damn it, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. If we are compiling a list of some of the greatest players we've ever seen, and we're making a list out of it, and again, I don't want to ostracize anybody for having an opinion, okay? Even if I don't agree with the opinion, everybody has a right to have an opinion. I don't care how wrong they are. Everybody has a right to have an opinion. I mean, it is what it is. But in order to put a list like this together, it has to playoff success, playoff appearances, accomplishments, championships, fucking awards, statistical milestones. Those things need to be taken into consideration, but they all need to have some, they all need to have some sway in who makes the list. So if you have a guy, and I'm tipping my hat here, but there's a guy on this list that has one MVP award in 8 years. In 8 seasons, one MVP award and nothing else. And I believe he was at of course, if he was an MVP, he was obviously an all NBA first all NBA team or whatever. But he has one award, 2 maybe accomplishments, 3 accomplishments maybe. And this dude is already in the top 50 with no championships, no championship appearances. I mean, he's been a multiple time All-Star, but so let's get to it.
As well, along with my ranking, there are 6 tiers total, and each tier doesn't really have a set criteria to it. Like, this tier is for people who have a case for the GOAT. This tier is for players who have longevity but no rings. There's nothing really like that, but to make it simple, each tier just accompanies a clump of players that I believe, for the most part, emphasis on for the most part, people can rearrange in whichever way they want, and I won't be overly upset. But with that being said, I don't want to spend too much time on the intro. Y'all know what a top 50 all-time list is. Y'all know what a tier list is. So let's go ahead and start the madness with spots 50 through 41. At number 50, we have Dwight Howard, 49, Ray Allen, 48, Klay Thompson, 47, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 46, Paul Pierce, 45, Patrick Ewing, 44, Dave Cowens, 43, Kevin McHale, 42, Walt Frazier, and at 41 to close off this part of the list, we have Bob Cousy. Now, just
all right, now before Flight goes into his little spiel about things, this is the problem I have with some of the names that he said on here. First of all, Dwight Howard should be higher on that list. Now, how high can be debated, but he should be higher. To have him at number 50 and to have somebody like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, that little part that I had before where I said the guy has an All-NBA first team, probably two, but he has an MVP award and nothing else. He's been in the league for 8 years. He's never been to the NBA Finals. Sure, he's considered to be the best player right now, the most talented player right now. This dude should not be on a top 50 all-time list. Now, top 50 current NBA list, sure. But all-time, no. I'm sorry. And the people that he's up there with, some of the people, I'm not going to go into who I don't like on this list, but some of the people, okay, on this list are far more accomplished than he is. But, you know, it is what it is. And Dwight Howard's one of those people. Dwight Howard should not be 50, and you have Giannis at 47. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just think if you're going to have Giannis on the list, the only way I would not have a problem with Giannis right now on this list is if Dwight Howard right now would be higher up on that list, maybe around 35. I mean, this dude is a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. This dude, he's been to the NBA Finals. He's done things Giannis hasn't done. And we can't really use the stats as an argument, man, because stats are a lot crazier now than they probably have ever been, not counting Wilt Chamberlain. But, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that.
General, the last 5 of the top 50 list is the part of the list that has the most.
I gotta wait till he says more players later on.
Players that belong in this tier than just the 10 players.
I have no comment with this one.
Like, you know, the Vince Carters, the Tracy McGrady's, the Ben Wallaces, the Gary Paytons, so on and so forth, just to name a couple. But to highlight,
If you're talking about all time, I said I wasn't gonna say anything because it's too early for that. I respect that he put Klay Thompson there. I like that. But Dwight Howard should not be in a top 50 all-time list. Like, I'm not trying to, like, just be an asshole. Like, he shouldn't be on a list. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't, no. Like, he shouldn't even be on a top 100, to be honest with you. Dwight Howard should be maybe lucky top 400, but...
Again, everybody is entitled to their opinion, okay? So I'm not going... Flight gets enough flack for the things he says and the things he does already. I'm not going to do that. I find him very entertaining. That's why I wanted to do the video with him in it, but let's get to it.
Not top 50. And like, depending on who he puts next...
of this tier that people might ask in the comment section. Number 1, Giannis. Why is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
That's what I want to know. Like, Giannis has to give me more, man. Giannis has to give me more. And to use the argument that if this season was able to finish out, he'll most likely be the MVP again. Giannis has to give me more, bro. He has to win a lot more. Give me a Defensive Player of the Year. Throw at least like 10 more fucking all-star selections on there. Make it to the NBA Finals a couple of times. You don't even have to win it. Just make it there a couple of times. Like, give me more, bro, before we throw you in that list, man. Before we throw you up there. Give me more. Now, argument could be... I don't want to say that Patrick Ewing, he has longevity on his side. I mean, he was... Sometimes you don't need to use stats. Sometimes you don't need to necessarily use accomplishments. Sometimes you just know who... I don't know, man. See, you got to break this list down, man. Like, this is why I don't like comparing eras, man. This is why I don't want to compare eras. This is why. And a lot of guys like Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, they played during a time where Jordan completely just owned it. He owned the league. The Sonics, the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. Teams weren't able to win the Utah Jazz because of Jordan in the 90s. So, I don't know, man. For some of them, you have to give them a pass. But I don't know, man. I think I need more out of... I need more, at least more years, more production out of Giannis before I throw him into this list.
Already in the top 50 all time. Well, purely from a talent perspective, Giannis...
But again, it's really hard to compare eras. You can't compare one era to another because the time is different, the rules are different, The styles of play are different. It's just different.
Is already a specimen.
See, I don't even have a problem with a Kunkbo. You know what I'm saying? You already know a Kunkbo is going to be top, 50. He just needs some.
No, what he's saying is he's already a top 50 player. Now, there is no official top 50 player list because all this is subjective. It's just opinions. That's all it is. Even when ESPN or the Associated Press put out some shit, most of it is opinion. That's all it is.
Shooting. He needs to go to the Warriors so he has a promising career.
Peak for peak, right now, there are not a lot of players that are better than Giannis. And assuming that he would have gotten MVP this year, he would be one of the handful of
Curry would have got an MVP.
To have back-to-back MVPs on the rest.
Curry didn't play, bro. Curry didn't play, bro. He did not play.
There was also a decent to good chance that he would have won Defensive Player of the Year this year in the same season that he would have won MVP, which only 2 players in history have done. Again.
All right, winning another MVP award and winning a Defensive Player of the Year award. Again, like winning 2 MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year award is a great start. I still need playoff success. Because none of this shit means nothing if you can't win in the playoffs.
Despite not having the longevity or a championship to his name, Giannis has already done stuff in his career that not many have done. But again, like I said in the beginning, because...
And again, you can't compare eras. So to compare him to like the likes of a Charles Barkley or a Patrick Ewing, you can't really compare eras. You can't. It's just different.
Is a tier, and the last 5 of the top 50 does have a lot of leeway. I would not be mad if you said that Gary Payton or Ben Wallace should be in there before Giannis. I see that argument.
You don't have Gary Payton in your top 50, but you got Giannis in there.
Question some of you guys might be asking is Klay Thompson. Why is Klay Thompson over Ray Allen? Well,
he's better than Ray Allen. I like Ray Allen.
I wouldn't say that Klay is better than Ray Allen. I think his talent is... I don't think Klay gets enough respect for his ability on the court, both offensively and defensively, and how impactful he is. See, and this is why you can't really say that one Golden State member is better than the other, because I think if you take just one off the court for an entire season, I think that you see a significant decline in them. If you take Draymond off, you see a decline. If you take Steph off, of course you'll see a decline. If you take Klay off, you'll see a decline. So, I don't know. And he's a 3-time NBA champion. I don't have a problem with him being there. Because I'm pretty sure at the end of his career, we're going to look at Klay. And we're going to look at Giannis as an all-time great. But I think it's too early, bro. And the goal of every player, the goal is win a title, to win a championship, man. And I put so much stock in it because I think it's important. But I also think that it's important for you to be a pivotal piece in a championship winning team.
Too, but Klay Thompson's better.
Selections and one more ring than Ray Allen, all while being integral to his team in those championship contention years than Ray Allen was.
Like if Ray Allen would have stayed with the Sonics, bro.
2013 Heat, at least in my opinion.
He most likely wouldn't have had an NBA title. So let's just get that straight.
But again, keep in mind, they are in the same team.
I feel like they made his career seem like a sidekick, like he was a sidekick in Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Anybody that has watched basketball for an extended period of time does not only look at him as a sidekick. Ray Allen did have his stint in Milwaukee. He did have his stint in Seattle. But Ray Allen, for the most part, was nothing more but a sharpshooting wing player who could give you some defense, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't lighting teams up. I mean, he wasn't lighting teams up on a regular, and he wasn't shutting teams down on a regular. I mean, Ray Allen was a really great player, but, I mean, his career was going nowhere in Seattle as far as actually contending for titles. That's why him going to Boston was such a huge thing, man. Because I don't see him winning anything in Seattle.
Was like like his own self player. You know what I'm saying?
Frazier, who had really good careers for their times and were champions and were great pioneers.
The Sonics need to come back high key, bro.
Extremely dominant and transcendent enough talent-wise to be higher on this list. Now let's move on to the next 10. At number 40, we have Willis Reed, 39 John Stockton, 38 Allen Iverson, 36.
Whoa! Hey! Fuck no!
All right, so I'm pretty sure we all know what that's about. But all right, so far out of the 4 people that they named, the problem that I have is there's 2 people. There's 2 problems I have, but the first one is, why is John Stockton so low? Why is John Stockton so low? Now I get some people don't think that he was as good as you would think. Some people think that he was overrated. Sure. But John Stockton, I think, has done enough in his career to warrant a top 30 selection, like a top 30 nod at least. A top 30 nod at least. And I'm not going to say that people are wrong if they want to throw Russell Westbrook in the top 50, but I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'll put him that high though. Like, I don't know, man. I think my opinion of Russell Westbrook is he's a stat-mongering whore who literally, I think he's the first player in NBA history. Now, I got to go and try to fact-check this, but I think he's the first player in NBA history to ever box a teammate out for a rebound. Just literally box a teammate. It's just him and a teammate going for the rebound, and he boxed his teammate out to grab the rebound. And didn't give any fucks about the whole situation. I think he's the first NBA player to ever do that. So, yeah. I always think about that when I think about Russell Westbrook. I think that's something that needs to stay in the minds of people. He boxed his teammate out for a fucking rebound. Oh, and for people that think, oh, well, it could have been an accident. He could have thought it was somebody else. He needed that rebound to maintain his triple-double for the season. That's why it was so important for him to get that rebound. That's why he was willing to box out Carmelo to get the rebound.
Oh, no, you're fucking up already, bro. What the fuck? You're putting Iverson this high already, bro? This means that you have some bullshit towards the end. Iverson needs to be in the top 10, bro.
Flight Reacts will be the only person to ever put a top 50 NBA players list together and actually have in the top 10 be compiled of point guards. It'll be Kyrie, Steph Curry, Allen Iverson. It'll probably be some other motherfuckers too. Damian Lillard. Like, he would literally have the top 10 riddled with point guards.
My opinion, he's top 5. If you don't want to put him top 5, you have to put him in the top 10. But to put him in 38, bro, in the top 50, what the fuck? And you put him next to Russell Westbrook, bro?
And you have him above John Stockton. I'm sorry. Above John Stockton. I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure it's because he was an MVP award winner. And although that's a significant award to win, a lot of times these awards are subjective. I don't know. You can't really judge somebody based on MVP awards, man, because a lot of these awards are given because of narrative and not because of legit play. This is why I don't put too much stock in all-star selections.
What? And John Stockton and Willis Reed? Bro, no! No, bro!
36 Steve Nash, 35 Jason Kidd.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You put Scottie Pippen and Iverson in the same category. No.
Now, I as a kid, I used to love watching Steve Nash play. But I think it's pretty generous to have him up that high. I think Jason Kidd should be higher. I think he should be at least in the top 30, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, bro. And then even the fact of, like, Steve Nash and Russell Westbrook is disrespectful, bro. You're not about to sit here and act.
And although I think that Scottie Pippen's impact on the Chicago Bulls was overblown, I think he should be higher on the list, man. There's no way you have a guy like this and you have him as low as you have him right here.
Like like a dude. If you seen this picture, like the way Steve Nash would be dressed coming to NBA games, this dude would drop.
What the fuck does being dressed have to do with the all-time list, man? What the fuck are you? It's getting away from him. I'm sorry, Flight. It's getting away from him. That's all it is. That's all that's happening right now.
Easy 30-piece, bro, with fucking 10 or 15 assists. To put him next to Westbrook, bro, even Jason Kidd. Like, come on, bro. No.
I do think if anybody needs to be number 50 on this list is Russell Westbrook, bro. I'm sorry. I don't want to say he doesn't deserve to be on the list. I'm going to say this dude should be 50.
And?
Clyde Drexler, 32 John Havlicek, and at 31 we have Elvin.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Let's read at 40. This is where. Again, there's no set criteria for each tier, but I do see players that were very successful.
I think out of the 10 people that they have right there on the second row, or the row above the last row, I think he only knows who maybe 4 or 5 of those people are. Maybe 6. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who Willis Reed is. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who John Havlicek is. I'm pretty sure. I think that's David Thompson, right? Is that David Thompson? I could be wrong. No. David Thompson was like a wing player. All right, but I don't know who the fuck is that. Who the fuck is that? I can't really see the name, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who a few of those players are.
Second options like Scottie Pippen and John Havlicek on this part of the list, or players that were great regular season performers, but weren't the best in the playoffs like Russell Westbrook and Allen Iverson on this team. I also see a decent amount of players here that just couldn't be the best player on a championship team, but still had a great career as the first option and did contribute to a championship team at some point in their career. Like
bro, you put Iverson at 38, bro.
Longevity does start to matter.
What?
Success as a first option begins to matter as well. Now there is one elephant in the room that I want to address.
There's one elephant in the room. What?
John Stockton only at 39. When you look at the numbers he put up.
No, why?
That's what I'm saying. I think John Stockton deserves a little more respect than that. Now, some people have come out and said that they went back and looked at his career numbers and they were like, or they looked at the game tape and they were like, oh, well, John Stockton wasn't as good as people thought he was. He wasn't as good. He wasn't as... John Stockton was a great point guard. He was a guy that could give you the shooting. He wasn't a shooter. He was not a shoot-first guy. He was a pass-first guy. He was a great facilitator. He was a part of 2 championship teams. All right, and he was also he was a havoc at the guard position on defense. I mean, I believe he's one of the. I think he's top 5 in steals amongst point guards. I believe so. But John Stockton was no slouch, man. He was just a guy that can give you whatever you needed him to give you, but he just wasn't flashy. And I think a lot of times people dismiss certain players like Tim Duncan or whoever if they're not flashy enough, if they don't wow you every fucking play.
Iverson only at 38. That's a major question. You already fucked up, yo.
Up on this list. Well, one, I just don't think John Stockton was as dominant as his numbers make him seem, and I would say
no one. For anybody to assume that John Stockton was dominant is wrong. You're just wrong. But to sit there and say that he wasn't as good despite the numbers, I think that's wrong.
Of everyone in this tier,
bro, really, John Stockton was like a Walmart Steve Nash, bro. Right, it's time.
And let me respond to that little comment. He said that he was a Walmart Steve Nash. Steve Nash doesn't have the numbers. Steve Nash does not have the productivity of a John Stockton. But John Stockton doesn't have the MVP awards. Now, some may argue those MVP awards could have went somewhere else. One of those MVP awards, I heard some people, my bad. One of those MVP awards, I heard some people argue could have went to Kobe. Because that was the year Kobe, I think, averaged 36 points a game in a season.
Let's be 1,000%, bro.
what I mean is, if
He's a Hall of Fame, not trying to take that away, but he was a Walmart Steve Nash.
as your bona fide best,
Maybe Jason Kidd.
find it extremely hard.
Maybe more athletic Jason.
How is he not better than Steve Nash? And I don't know. Let me just stop that because I don't want to shit on Steve Nash. I think Steve Nash was a great player. I think John Stockton was a phenomenal player. But that's just my opinion, man.
To be more respectful to Steve Nash is way better than John Stockton.
Not an all-time great defender like Kawhi or Gary Payton.
Only reason Steve Nash didn't win a championship because of fucking that dirty ass play the Spurs did. Go look it up. They did a foul. They forced Amari Stoudemire to get suspended because he backed them up. Yeah, Flight got that knowledge.
Yeah, Flight got that knowledge, all right.
05, 06 season. 06 or 7, something like that.
John Stockton. And combine that with no rings in his career, that would be my reasoning for putting Stockton this low.
Now, see, you can't use that. There are a lot of great players that I'm pretty sure you have high on the list that didn't win in the 90s. And that's because of Jordan, man. Barkley, Ewing, Miller. Shaq didn't win in the 90s. Like, this is why. And the only reason why the Houston Rockets won those 2 championships in between Chicago when they're having their 2 3-peats was because everybody knows that Jordan, he retired for a short stint. And he came back. But come on, man. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. That's too dismissive.
Now let's move on to the top 30, starting with Elgin Baylor at number 30, Rick Barry at number 29, Chris Paul at 28, James Harden at 27, Isaiah Thomas at 26, Bob Pettit at 25, Kevin Garnett at 24, Charles Barkley at 23, Karl Malone at 22, and David Robinson at 20.
That's fair.
How the fuck do you have James Harden, okay? James Harden over Pippen? James Harden even over John Stockton. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know about this. I don't know. All right, fuck Pippen. Fuck Stockton. Having him over Pippen, bro. How do you have him over Pippen? Dennis Rodman better be on this list then. Like, how the fuck do you have James Harden that high, bro? How, bro? How? Okay, how? All right, cool. I got you. And you see what I'm saying? You have Charles Barkley there, David Robinson. Now, the only reason why David Robinson has the title in the 90s was because the Bulls had already disbanded after that. But teams didn't win. Teams did not win while Jordan played. While he was playing, they just did not win. I'm sorry. In the 90s.
Now, the 31 and 50 slots for the most part, people won't really know.
You know, recently I've been looking for some mobile games to play, and
I'm neutral about this one, but I don't.
People are just looking for certain names.
The fact is that, like, how do you put Chris Paul? And mind you, Chris Paul's in my top 20 favorite players of all time. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, I mess with James Harden. You put Charles Barkley, you put Kevin Garnett, you put all these players in front of Iverson just because, you know.
Because they were better.
I'm saying, like, what, bro? Karl Malone, Elgin, bro, you put Rick Barry in front of Iverson, bro. Like, bro, come on, man.
To be included, but the top 30 is where the nitpicking really does start.
Hold up. You have Karl Malone at 22. Okay, I got you. Isaiah Thomas at 26. Okay.
Also, this is where Tier 4 begins. Now, spoiler, there are more players within Tier 4 in the top 20, so this isn't all of them. This is where the majority of those ringless greats lie. Players that have had tremendous careers, were MVP caliber players, were great first options, could have led some teams to the finals, but just never got a ring in their career like Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, James Harden, and Chris Paul, like those types of players. We also have players who are very close to being in that criteria, but got a ring outside of their prime, like David Robinson and Kevin Garnett in this part of the list. Now again, for a couple of things to be addressed. Number 1, Bob Pettit. Why is Bob Pettit in here?
Bro, you probably wasn't even around when he was playing, bro. You put him in front of Iverson.
Players like Chris Paul and James Harden, then you'll
Bro, look at the defense back in the day, bro.
footage from the 40s and 50s. I can
Bro, if I played in the 40s and 50s, bro, I'll average.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. I knew as soon as he started talking about, look how they're playing defense, I knew it was coming. If I played back then, I averaged like 40, 45 points. 45 points a game.
35, 40 points per game, bro.
I told you. Bro, this dude, man, he's so funny, bro. He's just too funny. You can't deal with it.
Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, and Jerry West played from around 1960 to 1973, give or take a couple of years. Bob Pettit.
And keep in mind that this is a man that's sitting right here talking about that he would average 40 points in that time, but he can't beat a 14-year-old now. So, you just got to keep that in mind.
I feel like maybe sometimes in my past life I could have played in the NBA sometimes. I think about things like that, bro.
And in my past life, I probably could have been fucking president, or I possibly could have been a fucking superhero. Who knows?
Or players.
Because of the way my player build is.
Their top 30. He was an 11-time All-Star, an 11-time All-NBA member, a 2-time MVP, a 1-time champion.
I'm going to skip forward a little bit. I'm already over the 30-minute mark with this video. I'm going to skip forward a little bit so we could just get to the list.
Placement as well is a little confusing because he's above Harden and CP3, but below Barkley and Malone. Now, I tried to type out the explanation as to why I put him there, but it just took him way too much.
Put Iverson at 38, bro.
It's essentially a personal decision of mine.
A personal decision of yours.
I still don't think had a better career than Barkley and Karl Malone. But again, because
I think he just has something against short players, bro.
For Isaiah being behind all 4 of those players and above them as well. So we're getting deeper into the list. Now let's go ahead and start the top 20. This is where it gets really interesting.
Alright, bro.
I think this is the most interesting part of the list.
Yeah, interesting.
Starting off with Kawhi Leonard at 20, Julius Erving at 19, Dirk Nowitzki at 18, Dwayne Wade at 17, Oscar Robertson at 16, Moses Malone at 15, Jerry West at 14, Wilt Chamberlain at 13, Kevin Durant at 12, and Stephen Curry.
No!
All right, now the problems I have with this is that you have Wilt Chamberlain outside the top 10, Moses Malone. You also have, I don't know, Kawhi Leonard at 20. I have less of a problem with this section than any other section on the list. I'm good with that. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't put Steph Curry over top of Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry, I don't know. I think Stephen Curry, he shriveled in the finals too many times. One can make the argument that the Warriors could have won the finals. All the finals they won, they could have won it without him. Because he shriveled in the finals, like damn near every time he got in there. Now last year, when they lost the finals, he actually played a lot better than he did in previous seasons, but it's whatever.
Man! No!
Curry should be a top 5 player. You're gonna hear it. It's gonna happen.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, bro. First,
I don't even know if I will put Steph Curry over Kevin Durant or Wilt Chamberlain or Moses Malone or Oscar Robertson. Shit, I don't even know. I used to be a huge Dwayne Wade fan when I was a kid, man. I'm not even sure about putting him over top of Dwayne, but
before you even get to look at Curry, man.
Bro, this dude is a troll, man. He's a fucking troll, man.
Put Wilt, the Stilt Chamberlain, the person that has the most points ever scored in NBA history, at number 13.
No, the leader in points is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, the person second on that list as far as points scored, I believe, is still Karl Malone. This is why I have a huge problem with him being 22.
On your fucking list. This is the most selfish shit I have ever seen anybody do, bro.
All right, let's move on, man, because we're just trying to move on.
And you put him, he makes people.
Nowitzki, D-Wade, and a couple of other players, and also includes the start of Tier 3. Now, this part of the list, I can just see it. A lot of you guys will question this part of the list. Probably the biggest one you guys will question is Wilt Chamberlain at 13.
Why is he
I
there?
want to admit upfront that Will Chamberlain was one of the players in this list that I really had trouble ranking. But if you watch this
Oh my
video of mine a
gosh,
couple
bro.
years back that I made, where I took a deep dive into Wilt's career, I don't think many people realize how much he underperformed in the playoffs. A lot of people attribute his lack of rings simply due to the fact that Bill Russell's Celtics existed and the fact that they were just that good. But if you analyze his career more closely, there were so many times where Wilt legitimately could have beaten the Celtics if he didn't underperform. His teams also had a higher chance of winning than most people think. A decent amount of those years against Bill Russell and his Celtics, Wilt Chamberlain was actually favored. And I just believe that he's underperformed so many times in his career that I truly believe that there are 12 players in history who have had better careers than him, including Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, which understandably I can see.
Yeah, it's respectful, but regardless of what you're saying, bro, Wilt Chamberlain and Curry is ahead of him.
Kawhi Leonard's placement at 20. Now again, Kawhi was one of those players that I had a lot of trouble ranking because he's accomplished so much in such a little amount of time and doesn't have the longevity of a Karl Malone or Kevin Garnett or even.
He's at the only thing that Kawhi doesn't have that I don't think he'll ever get. I don't think he will ever win one ever. I don't think he will ever win an MVP award ever. I don't think so. I don't think, and it's not because I don't think he's good enough to win one. I don't think he'll win one because Kawhi doesn't fit narratives, man. He's a quiet dude. He stays to himself. He's a team player. Everything that you would consider an MVP player, caliber player to be, that is what Kawhi is. But he's not he's not narrative driven. Like a LeBron James or Russell Westbrook or James Harden, they're not going to give it to him. I don't think they're going to give it to him. And he's not putting up the kind of numbers that a Giannis is. I don't think they're going to give it to him. But still, the accomplishments that he has, if Giannis had those accomplishments, I wouldn't have any problem whatsoever. I would even say he's higher. But he just, I don't know, man. 20 is so, I don't know. I wouldn't put him there, but, it's just my opinion.
How do you know that? If you just started playing in the NBA.
Can say that they have 2 Defensive Player of the Year.
Kawhi has been in the NBA since 2011, I believe. Or 12. 11 or 12. One or the other.
Championships and 2 Finals MVPs on 2 different teams.
No. It was 2011, I believe, because he was the 15th pick, and so was Giannis. But I believe Giannis was 2012, and Kawhi was 2011.
Again, this is why I made tears, because if you told me that you believe that Karl Malone or David Robinson are greater all time, again, I wouldn't be mad at all. I see that viewpoint. Again, I guess I'll just chalk up Kawhi to a personal preference of mine, and that's why I put him at 20.
And that's all this list is, man, is a personal preference, and it's fine. And if you look at it like that, you will keep from getting bent out of shape. Because anytime somebody has an opinion on something that is very is a very popular topic to discuss, like an all-time ranking, you're going to get some pushback. Sorry for it's the wind. I'm sorry.
But here we go. My top 10 players of all time. Number 10.
The list is already ruined for Flight because Steph Curry is 11.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 8, Tim Duncan. Number 7, Larry Bird.
Oh my gosh.
Number 6, Kobe Bryant. Number 5, Bill Russell. Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Please don't tell me this guy has LeBron James at number 2. Please don't tell me. Because you have Bill Russell at number 4. Number 5. Shit, sorry. You have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at number 4. I'm pretty sure he's going to put Magic Johnson at number 3. I already have a problem with LeBron being in the top 5, but let's just see.
Number 3, Magic Johnson.
What?
Number 2, LeBron James.
Bull. This just ruined the list for me. This ruined the list for me, man. Bro. I wouldn't put Kobe that high. I wouldn't put LeBron that high, but yeah, it's whatever. And they got Larry Bird at number 7, bro. Larry Bird is a top 5 all-time player, man. How do you have him at number 7 behind fucking Kobe, bro? Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This... Okay.
And number 1, Michael Jeffrey.
Oh my gosh, bro. This dude is had.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way Flight does, man. This is why I say, man, like, I respect some of his opinions. I do respect, because he's not captive. Now he's captivated by the glow of Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, and Kyrie Irving and Allen Iverson, but he's not captivated by the glow of LeBron James. I wouldn't put LeBron James number 2. LeBron James is not the number 2 fucking bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. You put him over Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Bill Russell. You got Shaq at number 10, which I don't really have a problem with. But the fact that you got Kobe over Shaq, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I just don't know about this list, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And this is why I said Kawhi Leonard and Tim Duncan are just two of the people that they do so much, but they don't do it in a flashy way that people will be like, oh my God, that was so incredible. I went to the Spurs game and I watched Tim Duncan do this. I watched Tim Duncan do that. People don't say shit like that. They look at them as squares, as boring. And guys like that don't win MVP awards, even though they are great. Now, you know what? Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, excuse me, because I just went to go look. Tim Duncan was an MVP winner. Now, I forgot that. All right? I forgot for a second. Okay? I forgot for a second. All right? But that still doesn't take away from my sentiments. All right? Guys like Kawhi Leonard don't win. Just don't. They don't. The MVP award is narrative, media driven stuff. Like, so unless Kawhi Leonard is able to make the news, or unless he's able to, like, when he left San Antonio, if he would have played phenomenally, like I'm talking triple double-esque, he probably would have won the MVP award a couple years ago. I don't know. He probably would have been a huge, but Kawhi Leonard's one of those guys. He's always on the cusp of winning one, but he won't win one. He won't win one. But I forgot that Tim Duncan did win. He won 2 MVP awards. But, damn, I forgot about that. Because around that time, it kind of gets muddy for me because I forget who. Because I know Shaq won one. I know Kevin Garnett won one, I believe, in 2003, 2004. So it kind of gets muddy for me around that time.
There's no knowledge whatsoever, bro. So let me get this straight. You didn't.
But I've been going on for 40 minutes, man. I'm done. I'm done with the video, man. I had to get my thoughts, man. I don't know about this list, bro. I don't know, man. You got LeBron at number 2. I am fucking livid. If LeBron could have at least got to the NBA Finals this year, if they have an NBA playoff, if he gets to the Finals this year, maybe we can start talking about top 5. I don't know. But I wouldn't put him over Larry Bird. I wouldn't put him over Larry Bird. I think people dismiss Larry Bird too much and his ability. They think that he's just a long-range shooter. They think that's all he is. That's all he does is he's a long-range shooter. And that's not the case, man. Larry Bird could do it all. He could rebound. He could pass. He could fucking defend. He makes spectacular clutch plays. And he was teammate-oriented. Like, he was phenomenal. He turned Boston into a winner immediately. So did Magic Johnson. How the fuck do you have Magic Johnson below? All right, so I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving on. Bye.